So I guess if I compare my routines from my previous life, so to say, you wake up 7, 8, have breakfast, and open your laptop, check your emails, go to meetings. Now that's obviously changed. We tend to wake up at 5 a.m. And then this guy wants to be entertained at the early hours. So we play, we have breakfast. And that's probably done by, I want to say, 7 a.m. And then you have a long day ahead of you. You will have, we'll go outside, spend a couple hours outside. And then by the time it hits, I want to say 6 p.m., it's time for dinner. It's time for pajamas and off to sleep around 7:30. And then after that, you have a couple of hours to yourself, and then, back to bed and the whole thing over again next day. 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's try that. It's hot. It's hot.
I kept hearing, how is he going to manage? How is he going to do that? That doubt that was always expressed, that I just did not understand where it was coming from. Because in my mind, in my head, men are equally as capable as women to be a parent.
She would check with me like, are you sure this is what you want to be doing? Because this is going to be tough, especially now that he's older, more active. But yes, that's what I mean by more active. Come here, brother.
There were certainly people that they would say oh, you're actually, preferring to go back to work. You prefer your career over your child. Whilst that was simply not the way I was looking at it. I was looking at it as I'm giving my partner the chance to spend a year with our son. I think it gives the man a little bit more of an appreciation for what a woman has done in that year on maternity leave, because oftentimes these things also go very unappreciated. Mimi, mama ham ham, really? He wants to go for a walk. Really? Mama ham ham. Where's mama? You can't just go and say, okay, dad is gonna stay at home for a year and mom is gonna go back to work if mom earns significantly less than the father potentially, because we still have this wage gap in Czech Republic that simply does not allow often for families to do this. We often live under the assumption or operate under the assumption that Czech Republic is such a traditional environment and moms are at home and dads go work because that's what people want. But it's not always like that. Sometimes it's simply the circumstances and they just have to.
Cool. Ui. Ui. O pizza. Nana. Nana. I'd like to think that, fast forward a year, I sit in a job interview and they're going to ask me hey, Chuck, what's that 1 year gap you got there? I'd like to think that that's not going to be something detrimental to, the job interview process, etc., etc. My career, basically. No, I'm not worried about that.
Also, thinking, there was an impact, of course, on them. This entire process says a lot of things. I decided to stay at home with my kid at the beginning because I wanted to generate this connection with my kid since the beginning. Something that in my perception, I didn't have when I was a kid, because I didn't want my daughter see me like a person that is just leaving in the morning and coming back in the afternoon, just taking me to bed, and no really bond between each other. And I suggested that to my wife, and she agrees with that.
He is a very good father, and I have to say that our daughter Anita, she is really daddy's girl.
Tak se lo pada, mami. Esta es mamá búho. 1, When when we decided that going this setup, that I would stay with Anita, everybody was looking at us like, why? You know, like I mean, what you want to do staying with her? Especially the parents, that are old generations, they have a different point of view of parenting. And for their generation, it was like, okay, the woman stay at home and is taking care of the kids, and the guy needs to go out and provide. At the beginning was very difficult just to be patient. No, I can't say this, or I can't do that, because, well, at the end can reflect in how your kids will see you and the relationship you have with them.
Prší. Bác. A už neprší.
When Anita was kid, even smaller, like a few months, we went visiting some exercises, so like they socialize, and you know. Of course, there's the room full of moms that they have small kids, and when I come, it's like everybody was looking at me like, did you lose something? And it's difficult to interact with them because they don't see you like I see now that my wife is going out with a kid, and they start already gathering and talking and chatting and making friends already, because they're used to undress there and feeding the babies there, and when there's a guy there, okay, so from there at the beginning it was like really uncomfortable. I understand that. And it's not that you're going to stare, but I mean, you have the kid is moving, the kid is running, and you have to walk to see everywhere. And sometimes you have to the eye contact with the ladies, right? It was uncomfortable at the beginning for everybody. They were used to me, and then when I finished the course and my wife started to go with the kid, they started to ask, "Oh, why he's not coming?" And okay, that was funny. And also on the playgrounds is kind of the same at the beginning, because why the guy's coming? Where's the mom? You know, sometimes you have to change her in the ladies' room. So imagine a guy like me just fighting with a kid, and some girl coming to the toilet. It's like, what are you doing here? When decided to come back to work. It has a big impact. From first that the things I was doing, I'm not doing that anymore, because of course the business need to continue. So they put different people doing my job. So now I'm doing kind of improvising, doing different things. But the most challenging part was also the thing that started talking with people again, like grown-ups. Not like all the time, like, you little baby, start to like a growing up conversations. That was really difficult and challenging. And after all these months, since I'm back, it's difficult for me to have a conversation with grown ups, because it's always going back to the kids' topic or something. So I think that was the most impact that I had, is that my mind kind of stopped thinking as a grown-up, and we need to reset up again, entire brain. I don't know. You know, the other day I was actually talking with my wife, kind of joking, say that why won't switch again? And the funny thing is that she kind of agreed. She said like, yeah, well, that can be. And I think if we sit again together and put the real situation on the table, like the pros and cons, I think, I will do it again. And she will agree with that.